Hello and good afternoon, everybody. I hope everyone is having a fantastic day. As always, my name is ATS Crypto. We're going to be talking about the PulseChain weekly recap. We're going to be looking into what happened within the last week of PulseChain. Again, PulseChain has now been live for 18 weeks at this point in time. We are moving along over 4.5 months in at this point, just cruising. So I wanted to say what's up to everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. We got some fun information that we're going to discuss, talking first, again, at the PulseChain price. So without further ado, let's pull up this information. Boom, boom, boom. Cool. All right. So we actually have the Pulse price currently sitting today at 40411. Pulse X price currently sitting at 40104. The incentive token $1.06. Hex on PulseChain 2.08. And then we also have Hex on Ethereum at 2.03 cents or 3.6. So we actually had a nice little pump yesterday and the day before. So we're going to be looking into the overall market as well in the actual charts. And you can see over the last couple days, Hex or PulseChain has had a nice little move up. This is a fun little information on this as well. This is a 9 EMA and 15 EMA. If y'all aren't familiar with this, basically this is showing that we are turning into a bullish trajectory. Typically when the 9 EMA and 15 EMA do cross, we tend to go bullish. And that's exactly what we got that little indicator on right there. This is again on PulseChain. We can go back 7 days ago, which is actually going to be the 9th of September. I do have this on the mechanism here. So overall in the last week, we've had a good little 8% pump from where the current price is sitting at right now. Again, if you actually were able to buy any of these purchases down here, you saw a 27% increase over the last few days of PulseChain as well. We can look at PLSX, same information over here. We had a nice little move up over here, roughly about a 4.5% increase. The 9 EMA is still currently below the 15 EMA, so we are waiting for that to turn bullish as well. However, this is a nice little parallel channel that we've been in. We are trying to see if we can break out of the parallel channel. Hopefully, ideally, what you would want to see is a nice little breakout right here, and then continuing to go on and on and on. Again, if it needs to come back down, keep going up, that kind of information. So that's kind of what we're seeing right now in terms of the overall recap for PulseChain, PulseX. We can come on down over here and look at the incentive token. Similar information over here. We didn't really get too much movement in the last week in terms of the incentive token for where the price was last week, but we did have some moves as well. And again, the Hex on Ethereum, you can see we had a nice little basically everything's basically flat where it is here, but we're getting a nice little double bottom, which in general terms, a double bottom is a great little indicator. Typically things like to test things out 3 times. So we're going to see if we can break out of this little trend. Ideally, we'd probably come back, retest this one more time, and then break out, or even just keep on moving. But we do have a higher high and a higher low. So we can actually see that's what we're working with right now. So it's curious to see actually how this whole thing is going to end up shaping up to end up being over here. That is the Hex on Ethereum side. We can see Hedron and Cosa. The other one I wanted to look at was the actual Hex price on PulseChain. You can see the same thing. We got like nice little increase here, about 10% increase in the last week for Hex on PulseChain. And again, nice little double bottom that we're starting to see. Once again, a higher low. And this is all bullish information. So we can go to gopulse.com. This is a phenomenal website. Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. I got checks my pulse. I see Academaciated. I got little Doug with the little D. Alan Fizame, hello. Hex to the moon, Gloria, much love to every single one of y'all as well. We can see that if we actually break this down over here, what the current price is, I absolutely love this website. If y'all aren't using this website, I highly advise y'all go check it out, because this is very interesting information. They actually added a new information over here, which is very cool. They have now a buy section and a sell section, so you can see overall in the last I guess in the last 24 hours is what this is looking at. We've had 1,000 purchases on PulseX, 776 sells. Same thing over here for the incentive. You have more sells than buys over here. On the Hex on PulseChain, 987 buys, 672 sells. Again, I wish they would add that into the Pulse as well, just so we can see that information. But neither here nor there. Absolutely incredible. We have broken a 420 billion Pulse X bought and burned. We are now sitting at 429 billion Pulse X that has been bought from the open market and then burned, never to be seen again, thereby decreasing the supply. And this is a deflationary token, meaning that there will only be a certain amount of tokens ever to exist in the history of Pulse X. And it's only going to get less and less and less, thereby making it harder and harder and harder to attain. So right now, while these prices are good, try to scoop some up if you have the ability to scoop up some dry powder. I did just recently start a Pulse challenge, and I challenge every single one of y'all to come and do the same as well. I have a $5 DCA investment that I'm going to be doing. I started yesterday, and we're going to be purchasing $5 a day into PulseX, Hex on PulseChain, Hex on Ethereum, and also Pulse itself. We're going to be purchasing each of these tokens $5 every single day and tracking the journey as well. If you want to follow information on that journey, be sure to like, share, and subscribe this information for the channel. It means a lot. Appreciate all the support as well. Now, in regards to the validators, folks, this is a fun little information. We are currently sitting at 42,149 validators. Again, you can see just 7 days ago, we were down here, slightly above the 40,000 mark. And within the span of a week, we got roughly about 2,000 additional validators, thereby making it even more decentralized. Now, to become a validator on PulseChain, you do have to put forth 32 million Pulse tokens in order to get there. You can see the current price in order to actually become a validator is roughly around $1,300 in order to acquire the 32 million tokens. And you can see by being a validator, you're earning roughly about 16% APR. We're going to be keeping track of this every single time. You can see at this point in time with the 32 million Pulse that you would see how much Pulse is actually going to be given out, distributed amongst all the validators. So they're looking at 215 billion Pulse for the year, divided up over the 42,000 validators, or however many validators there end up being. Currently, there's 1.35 trillion tokens that are currently staked. That is, again, the basic way of breaking this down: 42,149 validators, along with 32 million Pulse tokens to become a validator, means there's roughly about 1.35 trillion tokens that have been locked up at this point in time and are earning fees by being a validator as well. Current epoch is 34,735. You can see if I come over here to PulseX, within the last little week, we're getting on average pretty close to anywhere between 100 to 100 and well, even as high as 200,000 transactions per day and trades happening per day. This is on the PulseX DEX as well. That way you can see what's going on. And the overall volume is here. You can see once again where we're actually sitting as well. Roughly about 15 million per day is the volume that we're sitting at. Liquidity wise, overall 92 million in PulseX. And you can find all of this information on gopulse.com. Now, gas fees. This is always important information to know. One of the main benefits of PulseChain is the fact that fees are in fact cheaper. It is a cheaper, faster throughput than Ethereum. So if you're looking to transact on the overall network, then you can actually get this information all right here by moving your tokens over from Ethereum into PulseChain, making the transactions over there, and then bridging it back through. You can see currently the numbers are 536x cheaper than Bitcoin and 279x cheaper than Ethereum, meaning that if you were to try to do a swap on Ethereum, it may end up costing you roughly about $4.42 to actually swap, whereas on the PulseChain side, you may only end up paying roughly about 3 cents, which is really freaking awesome how you end up doing it. You can see how much it would cost just to send an ERC20 token. There's many different things happening, but again, this is all on the PulseChain ecosystem. Now, one thing I did actually check out was the overall trends. I wanted to see what was going on. So we actually had a nice little trend indicator as well. What did I end up doing with it? Cool, right here. So you can see I went ahead and just looked up the trends as to how PulseChain is going, what's happening overall with the PulseChain ecosystem as well. So this is Google Trends, and over the last 7 days, you can see we do have plenty of traffic coming through all the time. It looks like we are actually improving and increasing this number as well. And it looks like we, even if you just break it down from the all time and just go from, we'll just go, I'll just say past 12 months just to make it simple. It'll pull up all the information. It doesn't really count anything between January because PulseChain launched in May of 2023. So everything from here is when it actually first launched. So we got a lot of hype around it when it first launched. I would love to see this number trend back up again. That's what we're kind of looking for at this point in time. And you can see if we just break it down over the last 90 days on this trend, we get a pretty consistent trend search on this amount, even over the last 90 days. So love seeing this information. We're going to keep an eye on this as we actually go through and do it and continue to learn more information when it comes to what am I trying to say? When it comes to the PulseChain trends and the weekly recaps. Again, this is going to happen every single week. So be sure to like, share, subscribe if you're appreciating this content. I was going to be doing some AI stuff. I'm going to go ahead and knock that out tomorrow. Today is the weekly recap day, so I want to make sure to get that done. Now, just recently, we had an announcement of the famous token and the famous guys. They are actually launching the ability to go ahead and short and long the contracts over on the ecosystem. So it looks like they're going to be launching here very soon. Looking forward to seeing what they may end up doing if people end up shorting. I know Richard Hart has always kind of believed that we do want to see some shorting on Hex because we want to see some people get absolutely decimated who end up trying to do it as well. So crazy information is going on overall. And looking at the current prices, looking at the charts, looking at everything and where everything stands right now, things are looking awfully bullish, if you ask me, from where we're currently sitting to where we're actually going. Looking forward to seeing what we're going to end up shaping into the next week. Typically, September, just FYI, is known to be a red month in terms of the overall sentiment. Now, currently, Bitcoin is actually holding up at this point in time. So we're going to see if Bitcoin continues to remain holding up at this point, or if we're going to have another red September like we have typically done. If you go back and look at many of the previous Septembers, in fact, the last 6 Septembers, we've had red Septembers every single time. So we're going to be very curious. There's another September red. This was red. And again, the previous 6 Septembers have actually been red. We're going to see if this either continues on this same trend, or if we're going to finally break out and start a new reversal and start the whole bullish momentum. Bitcoin's really trying to hold the 26,000. At this point in time, they're really doing a good job holding 25, it seems. We've retested this level at least 3 times now. So really curious to see how it's going to end up holding out. And again, this is on a monthly chart as well. That way everyone can know. Overall, for the indicators, whoopsie, why are you not showing yourself? Inputs. Visibility. Oh, on the monthly. Okay, cool. I just had to switch it up. Cool. That's probably why I ended up taking it off right there. All right, cool. I'll just reverse that for a second. Yeah, looking at everything right now and seeing what we actually have going on with PulseChain and PulseX. Again, we have some good information over here. The current price to get a T-share at this point in time in the Hex ecosystem, if you go to hexdailystats.com, this is a great little resource where you can find all of this information as well. They have it for PulseChain, they have it for Ethereum, and you can actually come on over once this page loads. You can see the current T-share rate is 29,328 Hex per T-share, with an average daily payout at 6.6 Hex per T-share. Absolutely incredible. So if you're staked in Hex, you're actually getting a nice little DCA every single day by having T-shares. The current T-share rate on the PulseChain side is 29,323. So we're staying relatively close. When it comes down to the T-share rate and T-shares in general, buying Hex on the PulseChain network, and if y'all haven't seen this as well, you can come on into the PulseChain ecosystem right here, or PulseX ecosystem right here, and actually choose Hex from Ethereum from the drop down. This allows you to actually buy your Hex cheaper with faster fees, faster throughput. And so instead of paying $4 for a swap, you end up paying 3 cents for a swap. And that is massive, because once you accumulate a big enough amount, then you can take that and move it over back over to the Ethereum side, stake it, and that's where you're really going to win, because the T-share rate right now is what actually matters in Hex at this point in time. You want to get as many T-shares as you can for the most bang for your buck. And right now you can get double, if not double and a half, the amount of T-shares on the Ethereum network. So plan ahead and plan accordingly, because you do want a time when the market's going to end up ending the stake. And that way you can end up benefiting from the overall appreciation during a bull market cycle. Maybe 2024, 2025, possibly even going into 2026. It seems like we may be going a little bit longer into this bull cycle. So we're going to be keeping track of this. I know I showed this off last week, but I'll show it again. If you actually come over to the PulseX ecosystem over here and just go up to the very top, we have the farms. I'm waiting to see, and we're going to check this out, but it looks like we're going to be having V2 farms possibly soon, as they did an update to the UI for the V2 farms on PulseX, meaning that if you actually provide liquidity and throw it into a yield farm, you'll be able to earn the fees for providing liquidity and the farm for the incentive token. Right now, it's either one or the other. You have to choose what you want to do, but we're going to be keeping track on this as well. So let me say what's up to some chats real quick. Hello, good people. Let me say hello, beautiful people as well. We got Checks My Pulse. What's good, ATX? Just getting home from work. Another Saturday for that dry powder. Looking for some good content to watch, and bam, my man comes through. Appreciate you, Checks My Pulse. LFG, yes sir, yes sir. Alan Fizme, how you doing, brother? We got AFAM in the house for sure. Buenos Hexos, mi familia. How you doing, Academatiated? Yes sir. We got D with the little Doug with the little D. I don't know if you should say that. I don't like saying that. Now that I said it out loud, it actually sounds like, you know, I bet you Doug's got a big old D. You know what I mean? Shout out to Doug. You know what I mean? All right. Buenos noches. Yes, sir. 221 days till Bitcoin halving. The bears are running out of days. That's interesting information. Checks my pulse. Good to know. Doug, good to see you. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hex to the moon. Hello. Good afternoon, sir. ATX. Much love to everyone. Hello, Gloria. Hey, Gloria, sir. Good night, ATX, and all good people. Have a wonderful evening, Gloria. Yes, ma'am. We got Drix in the house. What's up, Drix? How you doing, brother? We got the Christmas tree in the chat. Much love to the Christmas tree, everyone. Good morning, everyone. We got good morning, good afternoon, and good evening. Doug with the little D. I know, Alan Fizz, man. Damn, dude. I said it, and I was like, oh, man, that just doesn't sound right. But I had to say it apparently 2 times. So my mistake. I probably won't be making that mistake again. I heard others say it, and maybe I just picked up along what they were saying. We got Drix, yes, sir. Again, hello. How much is the equipment to validate? Well, you can go to Validator store, I believe. Validator store. Let me just pull it up real fast. Give me 1 second, and I will get that information over to you so you can actually find that information out. Let's pull up this little website here so that way everyone can also see. If you go to validatorstore.com, this is by David Feeder, who actually hosts this Validator store over here. Let's see if I can go. Does it show me design for PulseChain Validator hardware kit? Here you go. The Validator hardware kit is specific for at home and fits almost anywhere. This comes with all the hardware you need to get started in one box. Configuration and all setup is not included. You must do it yourself or seek professional assistance. So the idea behind it is this little Intel machine right here. It has 64 gigs of RAM, 4 terabytes of memory or hard drive. You have a little portable monitor so you can, set it up and keep track and make sure that your validator's up and running. A little keyboard, a mouse, and again, a USB sticks with Ubuntu. The price is $2,000 to actually order the validator kit. You can order through Zelle, even crypto accepted as well. And you can see the cryptos that they do accept. Ethereum or PulseChain or Polygon networks only. Please complete the order from below. I will send you an order confirmation email. You will then you will provide the instructions, payment. Okay, cool. Please allow for 3 weeks maximum, usually faster arrival. After payments, I will provide tracking link via email once it has been shipped to you. So it seems like once you get that validator up and running, and David Feeder does in fact sign all of the validators that end up coming out, you can see you got number 3 right here. You're going to be getting them number 5, number 7. You got plenty of people who are out here setting all this information up. Number 25 is up and running, so he's getting them out there. You got the keyboard set up. You can see exactly how it's all looking. Beautiful setup right here. You got number 40 already. You got plenty of people who are out there ordering the Validator store on this one. Nice little hat on the chart as well, or on the Validator store. So if you want to, again, validatorstore.com. Again, you can see it spelled out exactly as it is. Validatorstore.com, all one word. They do have tutorials. There are many different lessons in actually how to get this done. So if you're wanting to become a validator, there you go. Hopefully that information helps you provide what you're looking for. Yes, sir. We got Hexkin Loss in Asia. Yes, about 2K. Perfect. 2K, not bad. Exactly. Yeah, trusted. Yeah, it's definitely trusted. David Feeder's been around the ecosystem for Hex for quite some time. And then also you can see how many other people have received a validator as well. So you can already tell that if that many people have already received it, you would have heard somebody complain. And I think Richard Hart says it best. If there was someone out there who was scamming, you would have heard the outcry actually shout out like everyone, because people who get scammed raise their voice very loudly. Mark Avelli, how you doing, brother? Hexkin lost in Asia, 2K, that's 32 million. Oh, 2K plus the 32 million pulse you need to start. So roughly about 3,500. Quick math is correct. Perfect. Thanks for that. Hello to my smart Hexkin friends. Alan, hello, Moonlight. How you doing, my brother? Appreciate you as well. Appreciate all of you lovely individuals. We got Hex. Hi, Hexicans. Yes, sir. Yeah, good to see everyone. We got Cookie de Chocolata. Long time no see. I'm not able to catch the lives lately. Don't even worry about it, Cookie. Much love to the replay gang who comes afterwards. Shout out to the Patreon supporters as well. Shout out to all of y'all who come through on the Patreon. I actually have a group call going on tomorrow, patreon.com/ATXCrypto. We're going to be talking about a whole bunch of information, but primarily focusing on how to keep track of your DCAs in a nice, efficient manner, along with many other topics as well. So if you want to join, they do have a link down in the description below for anyone to join, or go to patreon.com/ATXCrypto. Jason Smith, how you doing, my brother? We're just chilling, man. You cannot stake it on PulseChain. Perfect. There you go. Easier to stake on each chain in a ladder. Perfect. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you can buy the Ethereum hex on PulseChain, but you can't stake it on PulseChain. You would have to buy the Ethereum hex on PulseChain for the cheaper transactions. Once you accumulate a big enough supply or whatever the amount that you actually want, you can then swap it over or bridge it back over onto the Ethereum side and make a stake ladder done that way. Maybe Alex will figure out a way to stake eHex on PulseChain. I shrimp can dream. Yes, sir. ATX, love the new format. The images, the charts are really clear. Appreciate that. Seriously. Denise, thank you so much for the kind words. Yes, yes, yes. Ha! Bridging over that dry powder. This one's for PLSX. Boom. What's up, Crispy? How you doing, my brother? Dude, I had an interview with Crispy and Axis. Shout out to those. We had a blast. If y'all have missed that interview that I did with them, go back and check out my previous streams. Just type in ATX Crypto, Access Alive, Crispy Man. You'll be able to find that stream. We broke down, so we got to get to really know them, some information as well, and looking forward to it. Crispy Man's the creator of Hexfire.io, which is, I'm a big fan of. Good morning, Prospector. Hello, peace and love. Hey, Bay, or Hex Bay, how you doing, my friend? Peace and love, Hexicans. Absolutely. Yo, what's up, Davis? How you doing, my friend? But guys, that's gonna wrap up this stream. I wanted to make it a quick one in terms of the overall sentiment. We have a lot happening within the ecosystem, and so keep in mind we got a lot coming around. And I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.